What's up, B2? Capital G here. Got a really fun duel for you guys to check out. There are going to be some pretty damn epic top decks on both players' sides, and it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm playing my Salamangreats once again, a deck that I have a whole lot of belief in. I think it's about a tier 1.5 deck, and a lot of people that I talk to, they still just treat it as low tier garbage, and I'm like, all right, man, well, play me, and I will show you what Salamangreats can do facing off against DDD in this duel, and I think that this is a match that I should easily win. However, you can see that my hand is really not that good. If I go first, then I probably just scrape him because I'm able to get some disruption in addition to my Ash Blossom, but I am going second, and you don't want to open up with multiples of the same cards. Gazelle, you always want in your opening hand. Ash Blossom, kind of the same thing, but you definitely would not want a double Gazelle or a double Wheel of the Salamander. You want other different monsters, so unfortunately, I got to play through that. My opponent is going first. He opens up with the Kepler. I could have ashed it, but I was like, I'll just wait for him to commit. He gets the spell on board. I wanted to see what he was going to search first to at least know what exactly I was dealing with here. He's going to make a pretty decent board, not the greatest turn one board. However, that board is going to have Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon and a Decode Talker. Again, not the hardest board in the world to break, but I don't really have any break board cards here, so it is a little difficult to me. Plus, he has his full Pendulum Scale, so basically I have to kind of get rid of the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, then everything else will come second. That's the major, that's the major roadblock for me. And the good thing about Salamangreats is, number one, any of the monsters can go into Phalanx, which is awesome. Well, not the shitty Salamangreats, but don't run those and you won't have to worry about that. Also, a lot of people just don't know what to negate or stop in this deck. So you see I'm going to normal summon Gazelle, go for Phalanx, get my Salamangreat Sanctuary. I'm going to special summon that same Gazelle back from the grave. This is 100% what he should have stopped. If he would have stopped this effect, my Armageddon Knight effect here, I probably would have had to, I don't know, special summon the one in hand and defense mode. He probably ends up OTKing me in the next turn. I believe 100% if he negates this that he would have ended up winning, but with 4 cards in my hand, I guess he knew one of them. I guess he felt like he couldn't just throw his negate out there early, and plus, people don't know what this deck does, so he doesn't use the negate here. I'm going to special summon my second Gazelle. At this point, it doesn't matter if he negates the second Gazelle because I've already got my 2 level 3s on field. This is the MX Saber Invoker, and this is where I basically can just combo out. So I can now go for Sunlight Wolf. I didn't misplay that because I'm not going to get Sunlight Wolf's effect. I should have actually, made Sunlight Wolf first and then went for Stallion. I would have been able to activate Sunlight Wolf's effect. Keep in mind, since I have Phalanx in my graveyard, I do have protection from destruction. Now I'm going to go for Heat Leo, which it's kind of early for me to go for Heat Leo in this turn, but the way that I'm doing it, I'm still trying to get the freaking Crystal Wing to activate. So I'm basically, I'm threatening his back row to shuffle it back into the deck with Heat Leo, and then at the same time, I'm using my Stallion to bounce one of his cards. That card obviously is going to be Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, so he'll probably use Decode Talker to protect it, which he does, but he is going to let his back row just die. Now I'm just going to Reincarnation Link, do the same thing. At this point, we do get his negate out, and I'm like, all right, cool. Now I can actually, start using my effects. We're going to use Heat Leo's effect since it was Reincarnation linked. I can copy one monster attack in my graveyard and make a monster on the field. That monster's attack. So we make Crystal Wing 0 attack, a la Ash Blossom. And this was really cool. I'm going to use my Jaguar, and actually this is something that I rarely ever do, but we are going for the super Reincarnation Link. You have just seen a Reincarnation Linked Heat Leo be Reincarnation Linked on top of that. This is like Reincarnation Link Inception or some shit like that. So this is Heat Leo part 3. I don't know exactly what the part 3 is. We're finishing the trilogy. We're going to get rid of his back row. It looks like it should be smooth sailing, but look at the top decks. This guy is some type of top decking god, brings the Crystal Wing right back. Now I basically have to crawl right back up the water spot as a little itsy bitsy spider. However, luckily I do play a couple of rank 4s. We're going to go for Utopia the Lightning. We're going to blast his ass into next week. And once again, it's like, all right, I should win this duel. He basically has a naked Decode Talker out here. He doesn't have any other cards. Looks like it should be a free game. If he gets any search card, of course, we immediately just Ash Blossom. And even his life points are kind of too low for something like Soul Charge to be effective. So you just think, all right, Cap, we got this in the bag. Look at his top deck. He's going to top deck the freaking fusion spell for DDD using his graveyard. Now this guy's actually winning the duel, but don't worry. Cap G can top deck too. We top deck my Foxy. I'm going to reveal Mirror off the top of my deck. We're going to go ahead and special summon the Mirror. Now we're going for Sunlight Wolf plus Jack Jaguar. I think we're going to probably Reincarnation Link for like the 5th time. You see right there, another Reincarnation Link. And this is the cool thing about the Well to Salamangreat. So it already is basically a monster reborn, or it lets you special summon from the hand. However, if you control a reincarnation linked Salamangreat monster or Salamangreat link monster, then you can actually special summon from your graveyard or your hand monsters equivalent to that monster's link. Now, since this guy is a link 3, that means I get 3 monsters back from my graveyard. One of them is going to activate as well. We're going to go ahead, we're going to make his Decode Talker to be 0 attack as we did before using my Ash Blossom, and then we're able to attack for game. Now, if he would have used, let's say that he would have used the Beowulf to negate the effect of Heatleo, I don't think it would, it wouldn't have mattered at that point, because he would have basically just had a naked Decode Talker on the field, and I would have been able to go for the Transcode Update Jammer play that does 8100 damage. Sure, I wouldn't have done 8100 because he would have had a Decode Talker that I had to attack over. However, the Transcode Talker, when it's linked up with the Update Jammer, is actually 2800. So I could have just ran him over and done massive damage and ended the game. And keep in mind, I still had Ash Blossom the entire time, so it's not like, you know, his top deck, if he top decks anything searching, even though I would have killed him either way, not like he would have been able to get that off. So let me pause for, actually I'm not even going to pause, I'm going to show you guys the deck right now. I've already got it because it's the deck that I always play whenever I'm going for, you know, just like a quick duel on YGO Pro. This is my current version, and it's changed a bunch. I think that the only thing that really hasn't changed is some of my ratios, like the level 3s and Salamangreats. I think that you pretty much want to run 3 of all of them. These are your starter cards, and this is an extension card, so you do want to see these all the time. I moved Foul down to 2 because sometimes it was a little cloggy. I did decide to add the Raccoon into the deck, because what I realized is a lot of times if I have Circle the Rhoda, which is a quick play, if I had it set on the field, which is pretty easy, on my opponent's turn, I wouldn't really have any way of getting any defensive cards. So what this allows me to do is it allows me to search the Raccoon during my opponent's turn, and I can use it during their battle phase. And usually what you want to do is just kind of end on Sunlight Wolf in your first turn, and your opponent's best chance of killing it, because you have so much just, you know, effect negation with Effect Veiler and the Infernity Barrier and Impermanence and Lost Wind, is basically to run over Sunlight Wolf. This basically stops that, the Raccoon, and you can get it from the graveyard by running over one of your opponent's monsters. So it's a good one of, even if you do hard draw it and you're going first where you know, it's not really that good, you can just normal summon it and you can turn it into Valence, which again, as I said earlier, is one of my favorite things about this deck, is the fact that all of these monsters, no matter which one you draw, you can turn all of them into the Link 1, get Salamangreat Sanctuary, and then just kind of start things up. My other kind of like tech card right now is Lost Wind. I love this card. I feel like it's one of the best value cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the reason why a lot of times I go first and I just trash my opponent, and they're like, what type of table 500 shit is this and why did you win? It's because, you know, I'll have like a Sunlight Wolf, I'll have Stallion on the field, and then I'll have, you know, my Infernity Barrier, a Lost Wind, and an Ash Blossom in my hand. It's like, have fun playing through all that shit, because you're not getting any effects off, you're not going to get a search off. I'm going to Infernity Barrier whatever your biggest combo piece is, and then I also have Battle Protection and Destruction Protection from the Valence. That's why I believe that this deck can win. The side deck stuff is just, you know, a lot of good go first and kind of go second cards. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the short duel. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.